or I can say top line. So we have E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, and then we have these notes. I don't want to look at these notes yet, or these notes. Are these the same notes on this line and this line? Well, the answer is yes. I don't want to have to program that twice. Now, here's the interesting thing. Down here, this one is exactly the same as this one. As a programmer, I don't want to have to do that twice. I want to try and program this with as least amount of code as possible. And you know what? Your laziness is efficient, and that is good code. So by doing the least amount of work and having the least amount of program, that is a good thing. So we're going to go into Scratch. I'm actually going to discard this because we don't need it, and I'm going to create a new one. And we're going to look at how we can get Scratch Cat to sing to us. So when the flag is clicked, something's going to happen. Now remember, that is our starting of our program. We have our, we have our sheet music over here. So I'm going to act, oh man, I'm going to do this. Sorry, I was prepared. So I am going to put this here just so I can have it right next to my program. I want to be able to click fluidly between each. So down in here, I don't know if you can see that. Can you? No. Down here, we want to add our extension. We want to add music. Look at that. Music. Whoop, whoop. So we want to set our instrument to piano. There is some tempo, which I'm sure you guys know what that tempo is. If not, I'm not going to judge you on that because I have no idea what the tempo is. It doesn't tell me, but other people seem to know. So I'm going to continue moving on. Now we have E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, E, D, D, something's going on here. We have this bottom one, we have this top one. I'm going to work on just the treble clef for right now. So let me go into my Scratch Cat and I'm going to go here to sound. Let me see if you guys can see this. I want to make sure that I'm getting my entire screen while I program. Sound is going to be located right here in the purple. And I want to play a sound, but if I play a sound, hold on. I'm going to go back to my music. Can I play note? Yes. Sorry, my apologies. It is going to continuously be in music. We want to play note. Now, if I were to click right here where it says 60, it gives me a makeshift piano that I can hover over, and it's going to not only tell me what the note is, but what the number is. So I'm going to go back over here to my sheet music. It looks like we have two E's, an F, and a G. Probably won't remember this, but I have an E. And according to my cheat sheet here, I have my sheet music, and it looks like it's that first one that's going to be equal to one note. So I want to play this for one beat. Well, that's great. I want to duplicate that because I have two E's. And according to my lovely sheet music, I have E, E, F, G. So I'm going to actually duplicate both of these, and I'm going to change this to F, and I'm going to change this to G, because that gives me 4. But I don't want this to play every single time. So I want to go into events, and I want to trigger an event in a very specific time. So when I receive the message, I'm going to select a new message to play common notes. Then I'm going to play this. I mean, temporarily I can click on this and find out. All right, so we have another cluster here of 4, and it looks like it goes G, F, E, D. So how I would do this is I would take my 4, I'm going to right click, hit duplicate, and it seemed that we had G, 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 F, was it E? Let's double check. No, G, F, E, D. So I did that wrong. G, F, E, D. So now I can play this. Well, that's nifty. Oh, we're almost there. I have another block of 4 notes here. Looks like it's C, C, D, E. So I'm going to take a block of 4, duplicate, put it over here, and I'm going to make it C, C. What is this? C. C, C, D, E. 60, C. D, E. Is that an E? I want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So if I put this and connect it here, I should be able to do this. That's super close. I don't want to have to reprogram that. So by redoing this and separating it, I can call on this and it can play whenever I want. So what I want to do is I want to trigger that. So I'm going to go over here into my broadcast options, which are right here, and I want to broadcast a message and wait. But what I really want to do is I want to broadcast play common notes and wait. So what's going to actually happen when I click on this, it's going to set my instrument to piano. It's going to go over here and play these notes, and when it's finished, it's going to return back to this line of code. So when I hit start, it starts playing my song. We've already heard this, so I don't want to continue. What I want to do though is I want to program my last 3 notes right here. We have a dotted quarter note, we have a note with a flag thing, and we have a little whole half note. Whew! So I'm going to do this, E, D, D. So let me go into here. I'm going to take 3 of these, just because that's easier. I'm going to put this back. I'm going to make this my E, D, D, but I have a cheat sheet. This one. Now if I go back into my sheet music, we can't see. You see we have our dotted quarter note for 1.5, our flag for 0.5, and then this for 2. So I'm going to do 1.5, 0.5, and 2. 1.5, 0.5, and 2. So this is going to be my 1.5, my 0.5, and my 2. Now if I do this and I click start, ooh, something happened. Now, because I am a human and I know that this is going to get complicated really quick, I'm going to actually right click on this last block and I'm going to add a comment. I want to say something along the lines of end first line. This isn't for the computer, this is for us. Humans, I tell you. Well, look at my second line. My second line is already there. I've done a lot of work to program this first one. I don't want to have to do that again. So what am I going to do? I'm going to broadcast and wait. Make sure you collect the and wait. If you just do broadcast, it doesn't wait and continues on. So I want to broadcast my common notes and await again. So check this out. While we're doing that, I'm going to look at my DCC and I'm going to take 3. So we have our D, C, C, but again, we have some things here. We have another dotted, oh, look, it's already in the right format that I need it in. That's crazy. I like being lazy, only I need to edit this a little bit because this ends my second line. So if I were to start this, ooh, well, that's cool. That did a lot of work for me. So we need to actually manually program our third line. I know it's a whine, but you guys can do that. And it's pretty nifty to know that for our last line, we just have to call on those common notes again. We can repeat this by right-clicking and hit duplicate. And then that one is done. But we have our bass clef here. That's going to be a bit of an issue. Now, it doesn't matter where we put this. We can put this over here if we wanted to. We could keep this hidden. We could put this off screen. Nobody needs to see it. It's just there for us. So that doesn't matter where we put it. But what does matter is that when the flag is clicked, we have some whole notes. It looks like we have a C, G, C, G. Well, I'm going to need 2 of these. So I'm going to separate. Right click, hit duplicate. But I want C and where's G? G. And I want this to be 4, 4. But I can repeat and I'm done. So when I hit this, well, that was nifty. Now remember, we have 2 lines. So we're going to bass first line, just for us. Now we have our second line here, which it looks like we have C, G, C, G, C. So we have not 4, but we have 5. So I'm going to take this and duplicate. Oh, I want to pause that. Okay. And this is going to be our second line. But we do have one additional more, but we want to make sure that we put this in the right way. So this is going to be C, G, C, G, C, which it should pretty much be there. C, G, C, G. So we need a C. But instead of it being 4 beats, 4 notes, this is, we have 2 of 3 that are whole notes, and then we have 2 that have the half notes. So I'm going to change these to my 2 beats. Now, we have 2 full lines included.